Alright guys, so in this video I'm going to go through 8 mistakes that most dropshippers are still making to this day that are driving me absolutely crazy. So right now, if you're running a store and any of the 8 I go through today is a mistake that you're currently making, you want to fix that situation right now and you'll see how much it impacts the revenue on your stores. So I'll go through what the mistakes are, why I think they're a mistake, and actionable steps that you can take right now to fix those problems. So make sure you smash the like button and subscribe, because over the next couple of months I'll be posting a lot more dropshipping and AI related content. Okay, so the first is not building your email list. So chances are, if you're already running a store and you're getting continuous sales, then you're collecting all the emails of the people that are buying on your site. And if you're not using those emails in a certain way, then you're heavily missing out. And I'll tell you how so with a story of my own. So I used to sell a canvas art product about 1.5 years ago. I was testing this product and it was performing really well. I was spending about 300, 400 pounds a day on Facebook ads, and I was making a 3.5x ROAS, which is pretty decent. And at the time I was collecting so many emails of people that were buying from my store, but I wasn't doing anything with these emails. So I decided to set myself up with Klaviyo, which is an email marketing tool. So I imported all of the emails that I collected from Shopify on this store onto Klaviyo, and I built myself a few template emails that were promoting, my products with a promotional offer and discount, and I bombarded every single person I had collected emails from. And the email list included both people that had previously bought from my store and people who have abandoned their checkouts. And again, that's from like 2-3 hours of work. So if you're not doing email marketing, do it. It's definitely worth doing, especially if you're selling a product that people would come back and buy again, because you can lure them back with an email that costs literally nothing. And so instead of spending 20 or 30 pounds to get a sale through Facebook, you've spent barely anything to get a sale through email marketing. And this will increase your customers' lifetime value and it will increase your customers' loyalty. So all in all, if you haven't already set it up, set it up. It costs literally nothing and it's going to make you more money. All right, now the second is not taking advantage of TikTok organic marketing. Now, there are so many people right now going absolutely viral, making the most basic UGC style videos. They literally just get the product, film a few scenes in their bedroom, add a cool hook, edit it up on TikTok, and that stuff can get 3, 4, 5, even 10 million views and make you so much money without any marketing cost. So every single sale you make from this organic marketing tactic is going to be so profitable because you're not spending anything on marketing. All of your views and all of your attention is from organic media. And so it's just going to make your store so much more profitable. And that's why if you're limited on budget and you don't want to invest a lot into paid ads, this is probably the best way for you to go. You need to be taking advantage of this. Right now, TikTok does not work the same as Instagram or YouTube. You can go viral on your first, second, or even third video. But the way you need to approach TikTok organic is you need to be posting regularly 2 to 3 times a day. And if you're allergic to hard work, trust me when I say it's not as hard as you think. All you need to do is order the product from Amazon. It will get to you within 1 to 2 days. Open it up, pull out your phone, record some shots, add a cool hook at the start, just think a bit creatively here. You can see what other people are doing, and then edit it together on TikTok, and boom, you have yourself one UGC video. And then just repeat and rinse that every day. At least with this, the worst case scenario is you don't get as much views as you wanted, but you develop your filming and editing skills, which I promise you will serve you very, very well over time, especially when you find a product that is an absolute winner. And if you're already doing this and you're posting once or twice a day on TikTok organic, then just post the same videos on Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts just for extra exposure. Like, you'll be so surprised how many people are going absolutely viral with the most basic videos. It's just crazy. So definitely take advantage of this. And that brings us on to mistake number 3, and that's not investing enough money to properly test a product with ads. So if you decide against organic marketing and you want to focus purely on paid traffic, you best be sure you have the budget to do it. For some reason, a lot of people seem to think $50 or $100 is enough to actually test a product on Facebook and TikTok, which is just a ridiculous misconception. Now, when it comes to paid advertising on TikTok and Facebook, there's so many different strategies out there. There's no wrong or right. There's different preferences. Personally, the way I do it on TikTok is I launch a campaign with 10 different ad groups. Inside each ad group is one specific ad creative, and each of those ad groups are spending 20 USD per day, which means my budget is 200 USD per day, and I'll let that run for about 3, 4, 5 days before I make any adjustments to turn off the losers and scale the winners. And that's to say, if your budget is $100, you're really not going to collect enough data to know if this product has any potential. Like with $100, you may get lucky and get 2, 3, if you're very lucky, 4 sales. But then if you then continue to spend more every day, is that going to happen every day? You don't have enough data to actually verify that. But if you do have a fair budget to properly test the product, like $600, $700 or $800, then be sure of two things. Number one, make sure that you have the margins for it. You want a healthy enough margin to factor in your cost per purchase or the amount it costs for you to get one sale. And the second thing is use a third-party tool called BeProfit. Now, BeProfit is a brilliant way to track all of your spending on your campaigns. And no, they're not sponsoring this video. I'm literally just saying this because it's a really good tool. Look, at the end of the day, dropshipping is a game of testing. You're gonna have to test loads and loads and loads of products as fast as possible, as effectively as possible before you find your winner. So if you're looking to use paid advertising to test every single product, you better be sure that you have the money to do it. All right, now mistake number 4 is not taking your margin seriously. Now, this seems like absolute common sense to me, but if your product costs $5, don't sell it for 10. You need room to be able to breathe with your margin. You don't want to just about make yourself a profit. You're in this game to make money, so make sure you have at least a 3.5x multiplier on your cost, or if it's a higher ticket item, make sure you have at least $20 or $25 with your margin. And that's especially if you're planning to run paid ads, because you need to factor in your marketing costs. So you need that margin as a cushion to be able to fall back on. I've seen so many people get super happy getting like 10 to 20 sales a day on their store. They're seeing the numbers come in, they're seeing the Shopify notification, they get super excited. But then when you factor in their marketing costs and really break down their net profit/loss, they're really not making any money. So make sure you don't make this mistake. Track the profits that you're making on your store every single day. And the easiest possible way to do that is to use an app called Lifetimely. Again, they're not sponsoring this video. I'm literally just telling you guys this because it's a brilliant tool to use. Because I used to use Excel to track all of the profits on my store, and it was just such a headache, especially when you've got like a niche store that is selling multiple different products. It becomes a lot more of a headache to track what's happening, what's coming in and out. So the easiest way to do this is to use Lifetimely. It just sends you reports every day, tells you what the situation is. It integrates with your website on Shopify and your ads on Facebook or TikTok. So it knows how much you're spending, it knows how much you're making. You can feed into it your cost of goods sold. So it's definitely worth using. And so to summarize, I know this goes without saying, but guys, please focus on your margins. It's so important. You should ideally be doing this in the product research stage. So once you find a supplier on AliExpress, you know the cost, you can decide how much you're going to retail it. You can have a rough estimation how much you think it's going to cost in terms of marketing, depending on the type of marketing you want to go for. And that way you'll know exactly what your margin is likely going to be on the product before you've launched it. Mistake number 5 is not having enough or any product reviews on your product page. Now, whenever I shop online and I'm buying stuff on, let's say, Amazon, I always look at the reviews, and you probably do too. So what makes you think anybody would buy anything from your store that doesn't have any reviews? This should be at the core of your product page. You want people to come on your product page and see a 4.6 star rating, 3,475 reviews. It makes such a difference on the perception that that visitor has of your store. Now, there's 2 main ways to add reviews to your website. There's the legitimate way and the illegitimate way. Now, the legitimate way is pretty obvious. You can just reach out to some of your past customers, assuming you've had some sales and customers on your store already. You can reach out to them via email and offer them some sort of promotional discount on the store or a partial refund on their order in exchange for a nice review on your site. But the illegitimate way is to use Loox or Vitals, which are Shopify apps. Now, both of these apps, if you download it on your store, you can literally just import reviews from AliExpress that already exist for your product directly onto your store with these apps. So you literally just find your AliExpress listing, you'll find one with loads of reviews, you'll copy the link, you'll paste it into either Loox or Vitals, depending on which app you go for, and you can import every single review to just automatically be put onto your product page. But what do you do if your product doesn't really have any reviews on AliExpress? Now, the best alternative is to use AI. Head over to ChatGPT and literally just type in, I am selling this product, this is what the product does, I want 200 customer reviews, please write me them. And feed it a little bit more information than that, but that should theoretically give you a bunch of reviews that you can use. And if ChatGPT gives you some weird reviews, which sometimes it can, just ask it to not make that mistake and then to rewrite to the 200 reviews again, and it will basically just keep optimizing the reviews based on what you think is reasonable for the store. Now, I hate to resort to stats to prove my point, but 84% of shoppers say that they trust business reviews just as much as personal recommendations and word of mouth, which when I translate it basically means add reviews to your website. Without reviews, it's going to be so hard to make people think that your product is in demand or your product is something that people like. And in the e-commerce space, perception is everything. For some reason, when people think this product is hot and people are liking it, it just makes them want it more, even if they don't need it. And that's why product reviews is so important. It can make the product appear super hot. And if you want to take it a step further, make yourself a Trustpilot account and ask all of the customers that have purchased from your store to leave you a review on Trustpilot instead of your website. Again, in exchange for a promotional offer or a partial refund. Trust me guys, this will massively impact your credibility on your store. And I'm saying this from experience. I've used Trustpilot to collect a lot of reviews for my previous stores, and it makes such a difference when you can put on your store the Trustpilot logo and then a link to your Trustpilot page. Because ironically, people trust Trustpilot. Now, the sixth mistake that I see most dropshippers make is not adding upsells or bundles on their product page. Now, this may surprise you, but a lot of e-commerce stores actually survive on the basis that they offer bundles and volume offers, because it's going to bump up your AOV. Now, AOV is your average order value, which is how much a customer spends on average when they come to your store across all of the customers that you got. And when you upsell your visitors complimentary products and you offer them volume discounts, that increases your AOV. So for example, if you're selling like a fancy Zippo lighter, then upsell them on lighter fluid. Nowadays in the dropshipping game, because it's getting a lot more competitive, you really need to focus on increasing your average order value. You're just not going to be competitive against other stores if you're not thinking about this, because other stores are adding volume discounts, upsell bundles, and very smart tactics to get people to pay more on their store, because that's ultimately leading to more profits and helping them grow the store over time. And I know it seems like an annoying step, but sometimes it's these small little steps that you do that massively impact the profits on your store. Super simple thing. It will definitely pay off. Trust me, do it. The number 7th mistake, and this one really bugs me, is seeing people sell products that everybody else is selling. Now, when you're doing your product research, it's so easy to fall into this stage if you're really new to dropshipping, and that's seeing a product that has previously blown up like 6, 7, 8 months ago and thinking that it's a brilliant product to sell now, and so you just follow the crowd and do what everybody else is doing. For example, fidget spinners. If you're thinking about selling it, don't sell it. And if you're thinking about selling massage guns, don't sell it. These type of products, the fidget spinners and massage guns, they've passed their window of opportunity. They no longer really have potential. And so I promise you, if you try and sell these kind of products that you're seeing previously exploded a couple of months back, like the back stretcher is another one. I'm sure you guys have probably heard of this product. It's just not going to work in your favor, so just don't do it. And I know sometimes it can kind of be hard to know whether a product has passed its wave, if it's a product that is oversaturated. So I'll give you a rule of thumb to follow. Number 1, if on AliExpress it has tens of thousands of reviews, it's probably oversaturated. Number 2, if on TikTok you see loads of people have already posted videos on this product and they've gotten millions of views, but they were posted months ago, that's another sign that it's probably a saturated product. But if you really truly believe in the product and you think you have a genius way to market it, then I'd say go for it. But you have to offer something different. So if you're going to sell something that is already saturated, you have to be sure that you have a very smart marketing angle for it. Okay, and mistake number 8, and this is something that applies for right now in 2023, and that's not taking advantage of artificial intelligence. People are really starting to wise up, and they're getting smarter in how they use artificial intelligence to make themselves more effective and faster with launching stores and testing products. And so if you're not actively learning about the different AI tools that are impacting e-com and dropshipping, then you're going to be left behind. So I'll list a few useful AI tools that I'm using right now, and the first most obvious one is ChatGPT. You'd be so surprised how effective this can be at copywriting for your store. And it can also write your ad copy and write your reviews for you as well, which I mentioned earlier in the video. Now, the next tool is Scrapwave. Now, Scrapwave uses artificial intelligence to source products for you that are currently hot right now. It basically uses AI to analyze data from AliExpress and Amazon to understand what products are yet to explode, but are on the trajectory to do so. Also, Ad Creative AI, that's a brilliant one to make yourself hundreds of ads within a few minutes. And Midjourney as well, you can use Midjourney to make yourself high quality photos of the actual product that you're trying to sell. And if you want me to show you how to do this, then shoot a comment down below and I'll make a whole video dedicated to showing you guys exactly how I do it. And that about wraps it up, guys. So look, if you're currently making any of the 8 mistakes that I mentioned today, then take the actionable steps that I mentioned and you'll see how much it impacts your success. And I say all of this from experience, guys. Trust me when I say it's the small steps in e-commerce that yield massive results. So if you have any questions about anything I've gone through today, then shoot it down below. And guys, I'm new to YouTube, so I'd massively appreciate it if you subscribe, because I'm going to be posting a lot more content about dropshipping over the next couple of months. All the best, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.